Hello?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, loud and clear.
Hey, Fernando. Good to have you, buddy. Today we're joined by Fernando. Everybody, let's do a quick sound check. If you can hear me, go ahead and hey, Steve, Jeff, Kim. What's going on, everyone? Larry, how's it going? All right. Glad to be here with you guys. Sorry, we're getting a little bit of a late start. And it's cold here. Like I feel like today, maybe I'm just exaggerating in my head, but I feel like it is freezing here in Salt Lake today. I feel like every morning it's been like not that bad, and then today it's like freezing. So I don't know what the weather's like, or the weather's like where you guys are at, but I feel like all of a sudden it just turned, which my wife's pretty excited about. All right, so today we're joined by Fernando Barros. Super excited to have him on. Fernando, how's it going today?
Very, very well. Not as cold as you are here in Cincinnati, but it's kind of rainy.
Is it rainy? I thought it got. I'm probably exaggerating. It's probably like 50 degrees, and I'm just being a baby. But um, I would think that Cincinnati would be colder than Salt Lake.
No, no, not at all.
That's the thing that I learned today. I try to learn something new every day, and that'll be the thing for today. Fernando, what if you could? Can you give us? I know we're running a little bit behind on time, but could you give us just tell us a little bit about yourself? Let us get to know you here in the tap room.
Yeah, I'm a retired engineer, and I love trading. I trade stocks, and I wanted to diversify and start with Forex. So I got funded, and but then COVID hit me, and we had to stop for a while. And I'm so glad the month that I've returned, I was chosen to be here, featured here. So I'm very excited for today.
So you just returned?
Well, I was in and out when I was recovering, but I'd say that, September, what it was when I came back.
Oh, so when you say that it hit you, you meant it hit you personally.
Sorry?
Like when you say COVID hit you, you meant you personally, not just the pandemic. You meant you personally, huh?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And everything is going better now?
Yes.
That is good to hear, because you also had you ruptured your Achilles tendon, is that correct?
Yeah, that was
That is a rough summer, man.
that was a rough summer. Yes, yes, I'm recovering. 3 months after surgery. So I started driving 2 weeks ago, and so I'm tough. So throw things at me, and I'll try to win. So that's my life.
No, I mean it sounds like it. So you slam dunked on somebody playing basketball, right? You jumped completely over. That's what you wrote down. No, I'm just kidding. But so you're playing basketball. What has that recovery been like? Because you've been in physical therapy, right?
Yeah, I for 2 months I used the boot. The old time they used the cast, right? Now they have something called air casts, and it's a plastic, but it's very sturdy. And about a month ago, I started taking off the crutches and walking just with the boot. And then a couple of weeks ago, I took off the boots, and now I'm limping a little bit, but I do PT every day.
Every day, huh?
Yes, sir.
Wow. That takes a lot of dedication. I guess you don't really have a choice, but that's there's a lot of effort that goes into that. I've known a couple people that have ruptured their Achilles, and that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one to recover from.
Yeah, I had we had scheduled going to the beach early or late July, and I told my family, no, let's not, let's keep it. I'll go, and even if I need to be in a wheelchair, so we rented a wheelchair and went all the way, and it was awesome. I didn't tell my doctor, but I even jumped in the
I hope he's not listening. Well, I hope he is, and I hope he's not. So,
well,
was that the picture that you sent? Was that you on the beach there
yes,
trading? Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
that picture is me trading stocks in at the beach. So that's, of course, it was a I wasn't trading, but it was fun to take the picture.
No, that was cool. It's for everyone. And we'll start to post these in a newsletter. But Fernando, we ask everyone to send in a picture for the guest trader, and Fernando has a really cool one. We're sitting on the beach trading. It's a
Yeah,
really
and you
cool.
can see my boot also.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah, that's really cool that you did that. I bet your family was pretty happy too that they didn't have to cancel the trip. So everybody wins. Um, so I did have one other question before I pass you over to Sean. I was super interested about one of the questions was what one of the hardest things you've accomplished, and you have moved to 3 different countries. Is that correct?
Yes.
Which countries have you moved to?
So I am originally from Brazil. I left Brazil 21 years ago and started my travel north. So I've for work, the company moved me a lot, and I grabbed my family and took them with me, and we were increasing in size every move as well. So I've we left with I left with one daughter, and then we went to Venezuela, and then to Panama, and about 11 years ago we moved here to the U.S. and
Oh wow,
and now I am a U.S. citizen.
that's awesome, man. So you went Brazil and then Venezuela and then Panama.
Yes, where,
Wow.
where the canal is. So
Oh, really? That's actually fascinating. I would love to visit there.
yeah,
And now you're in Ohio, right?
now I'm on Ohio. Yes,
Was
I
that?
worked.
Oh, sorry. Go for it.
No, I worked for Procter and Gamble. You know, the manufacturer of Pampers, Crest toothpaste, Tide, and all these. So I've been uh, and I've been retired for 3 years now.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah, that's. I mean, what doesn't Procter and Gamble make? I actually was trying to think. What do they not make? Yeah, they do. They do a lot of stuff. Awesome, man. How many are in your family now?
I have 3 kids. Um, one is in college, one is off college, and the other one is in junior high.
And they're all here in the States?
Yes.
That's awesome. All right. Really appreciate getting to know you, man. Like I said, I've told you this on the phone, but I was really excited. You were a couple months ago picked as the alternative, and
Yeah.
you were this close to being the guest trader. So everyone just hang in there. It'll come around to you. I promise you. I see it. So I'm glad that this week it's you. So one last question, and Sean's ready for you. What would you like him to focus on? As every week I ask, we all want to learn through your experience via proxy. And so what is it that you would like Sean to, during this trading session, really focus on with you?
I think picking the direction is kind of an art. So when it's sideways, I have problems. When it's trendy, not so much. But recently, it looks like even last week, it was trendy, and I got the direction all wrong. So I think that's one thing that he does better. And I seem to be in fixed mode most of the time.
Got it. Okay. Well, we'll pass that along. He'll probably ask you again, just make sure that I don't mess this up. But all right, buddy. Really excited for you. It's good to talk to you. Have a great trading session with Sean.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good luck.
All right. Good morning, Fernando. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Oh, fantastic. Great to meet you this morning, and great looking forward to trading with you.
Thanks. Same thing from here. The famous Sean Lucas. I couldn't be happier.
Oh. Well, we should have a good trading session this morning. Markets are moving pretty good. So let me turn my video on. Let's see if that's coming through okay. Let's
Yes,
change
I can see you. I love that bow hat.
It's been a lot. It's been around. It's seen a few places in its life. Okay.
A few years ago, you lost it, right?
I lost a version of it. The version 1 is still somewhere in New Orleans. Do you have a video?
Yes.
Let's see if yours is working.
Yeah. I guess what you're seeing is a red car route.
It's a red car, yeah.
Yeah, that's the Tesla I want to buy.
Oh, gotcha.
With the funds from trading.
That's from our trading proceeds today, huh?
That's right. Okay, now you can see me.
There you go. See, there we go. All right, fantastic. Well, let's get the Alveo pulled up here. And then I'm going to give you access so you can start to run the show here. So let me give you control. Okay, now just do a click somewhere and then try moving the mouse around. There you go. Looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Great. There is a little bit of latency. So yeah. When you go to click something, especially while we're trading, I make sure that you understand this, because when you go to click something, you'll click it and it won't happen. It won't work. It will seem not to work. And then you'll click again. And then all of a sudden we're in 2 to 3 positions.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. We can usually work out of it most of the time, but just remember there's a latency with it. So,
okay. For us, the mortals, you have a timing limit, right? So we can't click a lot. I guess for you, you don't need it.
There's no limits on this. You get the raw, unfiltered, unregulated power on this one.
Uh-oh. With power comes responsibility.
Much responsibility. Good line.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we're ready then to get started. Let's just welcome everybody out. Traders, it's great to be with you. It's been a couple of weeks. We were at a boot camp last week, and it was awesome. We had such a good time trading together. It's like for an entire week, we got up early, we stayed up late, we traded in the morning, we traded in the evening, we traded in the middle of the night, we ate together. I mean, it's just these boot camps are just they're just a lot of fun, and you really get to know each other, and we spend a lot of time, learning the markets, and just a great experience. And they're all very fun and very unique in their own way. So just a shout out to everyone that was there last week. We had a great time together. So this is a new week, and so let's get it started off properly with a trading session here with Fernando. Fernando, say hi to everybody.
Howdy, hello from rainy Cincinnati, Ohio.
Rainy Cincinnati. It's beautiful here. Just throwing that out there, Fernando. Absolutely beautiful here.
I bet. I'm longing to go to one of these boot camps one day. We'll meet you in person.
That would be a fantastic experience. Look forward to it. We're gonna go ahead and jump right in and get this trading session started. Our goal today, if you see down here in the bottom left-hand corner, we're at 51,061 is where we're starting out. That puts our target at 51,234. So 51,234 is our target down here. And so we're going to go ahead and trade together. We're going to walk through different setups and everything, and start to build into positions and have a, just do what we do in these trading sessions. So let's start out. We got to talk about a couple of things before we get into the technicals. Structurally, we're in a really unique position today. Last week was, well, first of all, let's go back 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, we started September. September is known as the worst trading month of the year. Usually it's all over the place. It's up, it's down. More often than not, the stock market ends on a negative note in September. So usually we have a down month, which means usually the dollar should strengthen. We had a huge option expiration, huge, absolutely huge, on Friday. So last Friday, all these options expired. There's a phenomenon called the gamma squeeze that usually we get a lot of buying activity after the options expiration. So options expiration gives us a lot of volatility. The gamma buyers come in and buy up a bunch of new option contracts. That drives the stock market back up and reduces the volatility. However, because we have a Fed meeting this week on Wednesday, all those gamma buyers, option buyers, are they're kind of sitting on the sideline, waiting to see what happens with this Federal Reserve meeting on Wednesday. So it could be a little choppy, could be up, could be down. And so we're gonna trade a little bit on the cautious side today, Fernando. Cool with that?
Okay.
Given that the dollar has strengthened just like we expected it should. Let's take a look. You can see on the hourly chart here, in the last couple of days, the dollar has strengthened quite a bit. Euro has weakened, dollar has strengthened. But right now we're coming into, right in there. So we're coming right into a consolidation. I put a box around that consolidation. You can see that right there at the bottom. Excellent. And right now we're trying to break out of that box. You can see that current bar is just trying to break out of the consolidation. So we're trying to build into a bullish leg on the euro. Now, bias is to the downside, but this is a bullish leg. So we're going to try and catch a little bit of that bullish momentum on the 1 minute chart. So let's pop over to the 1 minute chart up there in the top. Now wait for that to pull back, and let's go ahead and enter, just go ahead and enter one long position right here. See that target's a little out of, it's a little up there. So we're gonna wait for a little stronger pullback than that. you can see, Fernando, you can see the breakout point. I'm gonna just draw it on real quick for everybody. So the breakout point is this bar right in here. Now, hold on, as that hits that, if that hits the target up there, go ahead and sell a couple, replace that with a couple of short positions. So we're gonna try and catch the pullback.
Okay.
Let's see if it gathers momentum. Great place for it to gather momentum. Get ready with that sell order. And if it doesn't, we want to put another long in on the bottom side. So if that candle turns bearish, and it hits the low of the previous candle, then we want to put another long in.
Okay.
So just kind of wait for it, wait for it.
When you say the low is the body or the wick?
So we're going to want to put a long in down
Right.
in here.
Okay.
And if it pops up, so the replacing it with shorts is now not an option. So the reason we would have put the shorts in earlier is because it was over momentum. Momentum was strong. And so when you get that strong momentum, it usually overshoots the mark. And so you get a quick pullback. But now it's not overshot the mark. It's had the momentum, it's letting it rest. And then now if it makes a run, it could be a strong run again, another momentum run. So now we're not going to replace this with the shorts. Does that make sense to you,
Yes.
Fernando?
Yes.
So circumstantial, you do it in one circumstance, but if that changes, you don't do it. So get ready with that long right there. Go ahead and enter another long, add a couple longs. Keep adding, add. Build up to one full position, one full lot. Add again. On the lows, add right here. And then we'll pause, and then we'll add another leg or another stack of trades on the white line. So if it goes all the way down to the white line, we'll add another stack of trades. We're in a really good position right here. We're in a really good position. I'm going to just adjust that first trade that we put on. I'm just going to pull the target back down right there, and maybe pull these right down into there. So the idea here is that we will now make some money if it runs up and tests the previous high. This whole trade is good and valid as long as we get a bounce off that white line. So we'll trade through that entire range and try and catch that bounce off that white line.
I didn't like that gap down. It was a little gap.
Gap is actually in our favor because the market will try and go back up and fill that. So try putting one trade in right now. Add, there you go. Add again. So build up five positions here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are all really good spot for that trade. Okay, now we're going to start to add a couple more here and there. So if it drops into that white line, if it drops through that white line, as long as it's early in the candle. So we've got right now 30 seconds left on that candle. As long as it's early in the candle, we're going to start to add, we'll add. If it's late in the candle, we'll hold off.
Okay.
So now we're at 20 seconds. So now from now until the end of this candle, we won't add any more trades to the long position. Okay, now we have a new candle. So now we're going to look for the turn. And if it pops down through the white line, we're going to add some, oh, we got some weird things happening with that video. Just check all those connections. I feel like Max Hedron. Do you guys remember that?
I bet half of the folks here won't know.
Probably not, huh? Something's not liking.
Looks like it wants to make a 3-bar reversal now.
Yeah, that's actually. That's what we're wanting, is that reversal. Hold on. Let me run the mouse real quick. Let me run that. Hold on. There we go. Now we can get back at it. So go ahead. If it pops, let's look at the time. See, the time is like 37 seconds left. So go ahead and add one as it drops in here. Add another one. We're building in with some support here. Add one, add another one, and another one, and then pause there. So we're just catching, we're hoping for a tail. That's what we're looking for, is to form a tail right there. Okay. So good, so far so good. Now here's the dangerous part, right? In these last few seconds, do the sellers take over or do the buyers take over? So the buyers form the tail. So now we have a tail, and this is one thing we talked a lot about last week in our boot camp, is the next candle after the tail is the tail, T-E-L-L.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, it's the telltale.
Right, the telltale.
The telltale. So now what we need right here is a good, strong bullish candle. If that strong bullish candle comes in, then we should be able to hit that entire stack of profit right up above us. So 7 seconds left. We need that. This is not a good thing for us, right? Because that's a bearish candle right now.
Yeah.
So now there should be more follow through, because it's telling us T-E-L-L-ing us that it should be dropping a little bit more. So now we need to find where our next stack of trades should be placed. And let's go ahead, and we've got a little bit here. We've got a good stacking position right there. Another one right here. And we'll get them, we'll put them all on there. All of our decision points, we'll go ahead and start to put those on there right here.
And every stack, the size needs to be a little bigger than the previous, right?
Mm-hmm. Some of these won't make a lot of sense to trade it. Like some of these in here probably won't make much sense. But those are all decision points. So we'll make decisions at those at each of those levels. Now it looks like they're a long ways away, but in reality, they're pretty narrow. So that's only 1 pip difference. So the market looks like it's moving a lot. It's not really moving that much.
somebody in the chat told me that the 5-minute chart was in the wrong pair, so that's why I changed it.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. Look at it the right way.
Yeah.
That happens quite a bit. Okay, get ready. Let's get ready to add another stack of trades on right about here. Let's start to add. Let's see where it puts us. So wait for it to drop just a little bit more than that. A little bit more, drop just a little bit more. Right there, add. Good, add a bunch. So let's build up to about 3.5. Very good. One more. There you go. It's a beautiful stack right there. So now we need to count how many obstacles we have between us and our targets. Okay. So an obstacle is a turn. So we're going to have to do a turn. That's one obstacle. This, I'm going to readjust this down to about right there. I kind of misplaced that. So we've got the turn, and then this stack is all pretty good except for these up here. So we're going to pull these targets down to about right there.
Mhm.
So we really only have one obstacle between us and that entire stack of profit, right?
Right.
These, we have the turn, obstacle number one, this line of resistance, obstacle number two. So we're going to leave those on, okay, right where they're at. We could drop them just a little bit, but we'll leave them on for now. This stack up here, we have the turn, obstacle number one, this resistance, obstacle number two. And then we will have another resistance level probably right there. So those are kind of out of bounds. So we're going to look for ways to peel that entire stack off the books. So
okay.
We can either pull them down to here, because we might see some resistance on the way up. We might see some resistance right there. So I think we'll do that. We'll pull those down to here.
Mhm.
And we'll keep this as like a long shot trade. So we'll pull these up, make a little extra money on that, if we can get up that high. And then we'll pull these down. So we're going to lose money on these trades. Starting to hit our target stack.
Yes.
Beautiful. Excellent. So we put some money into the account now. Let's see if we can hit that next stack. That'll be a break-even adjustment stack. Okay, now we can put those trades back on. So if it drops back down into the lows, we're going to add those longs back on.
Okay.
So we're really just one obstacle away from hitting the profit on those. Let's see if we can make that leap here.
Yeah.
Add a couple. Add them. We'll hold on now. So as it goes into the lows, that's when you're adding, and then as it starts to move away, we'll pause. So if it does drop back down again, we'll add, but we'll pause right now. So what it's doing right now is it's starting to move into sideways consolidation. And so the down leg is going to be the turning point for the down leg is going to be right up in these highs right in here. So we're going to need to break through that.
Yes.
Creating a little bit more of an obstacle for us to get through. Yep, you got it, Adam. Add some more. Some more. Build, 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 build. Keep building. Just on the lows. So as it pushes down, add one on. As it pushes down, add one on. So right here, add. You see, you got that. You nailed that one. That was really good.
Yeah, despite the lag. But
Yeah. So as it's pushing down, then you build. Because all of these are in really good spots for us to make some money on. That was good because it formed that tail. Now we got the TELL. 30 seconds on that. Add on the lows, add one. Right here. Add again. 12 seconds. Now it'd be really good to see a bunch of buying come in and form a tail on that. But if it's not, then we better hold. Okay. Now, next stack will be down on that next line down below. So give it some time to make its run. .30 seconds left on that candle. So here, if it can hold the body up above that white line, like see how it's holding above the white line right here?
Yes.
That actually gives it some support. So it could make its turn right here. But we got all our money allocated here. So we don't really want to add any more. So it did what we wanted it to do. It came up and formed that bullish hammer. So that's good. Now we can stage a turn. This is the turning point right here. There's the turn. Keep running. And it hit that line of decision and bounced right off it, huh? So now we need it to break that line. You think it's going to do it?
I think so. It looks like.
It's good, huh?
Yes.
Excellent. You just
Go, 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 go.
power move right there.
Oh,
It's fantastic.
look at that.
Look at-
Wow.
So this next stack is just going to take off a bunch of those lost trades. So that's okay. That's good. If we can get that, then we're really back in the saddle. We've made good money.
Yeah, look at that.
So, okay. So now if it comes back down again on the lows, so as it falls down into the lows of the candle, start to add a couple. Because that momentum, that bar's got a lot of momentum to it. So we want to ride that momentum. So let's see if it drops back down start to add a couple here and add a couple there. This is the big resistance layer for the hour chart. That's the big resistance line. So getting through that may be a challenge, but if we can catch momentum, that's what we want. So wait for it. Get ready to add. Hopefully it falls down one more time, but it doesn't look like it. This is the big resistance again. We got to break through that. There it goes. "16 seconds left. Let's see that tail form. Two seconds left.
Oh,
Excellent. All is good. Right there. We're in great shape. Now, wait for it to hit. Ideally, we get another stack of trades on at that next white line below us. It's going to try and make a turn lower right here. I don't know why that video's doing that. Makes a run higher. Squeeze a few more pennies out of this trade by tuning that just a little bit. Not too much, but just enough.
do I add more on this resistance or on this support now, right?
Not quite yet. So
Yeah. That's
Uh,
saying this one.
yeah. So what it's doing right now is, if you look at the previous bar, we've got the low at that, like at the turning point, the previous turning point, and we got the high. And so it's creating a massive candle, and the tendency will be to have a lot of inside candles. So like the previous candle now is an inside candle. This will be an inside candle. So what we need is, we need for it to decide which direction it wants to break out of here. So even if it comes down, even if this market comes down here, that's not necessarily going to give it support. There's nothing really except for the main line to give it support.
Mhm.
It could come down here. So ideally, we'll throw a few trades on if it comes down here, but we'll build our real position right down in here, because that's the low of the candle. So it's going to provide, that's what's going to provide it all of its support.
Okay.
So we'll throw, now that we hit some of those targets, though, we can add a little bit bigger position. So we'll go 0.5 right here, 0.5 lots, and then we'll go up to 1.5 on that next one if we can get it. Nice. We're doing great. You're doing great,
Yeah.
Fernando. It's awesome. We're about halfway to our goal, so that's not bad. So you see that sideways consolidation, that bar is it's kind of inviting sideways behavior.
Yeah, it's like a doji.
All right, is it going to break? This is a great breaking point. So 46 seconds, a little early to make its run, but if it can hold on that upper range for the next 20 seconds, see how it's holding?
Yeah.
So wait for it, hold, hold, hold. If it holds and then hits that 20-second mark, it's poised to make a break. But if it gets pushed down like this, no, doesn't work. So holding in that upper range still, 12 seconds left. It's not looking very strong. Four seconds, 3, 2, 1. It's a rejection. Piece of me wants to put in a short. So let's go ahead and throw a short on. And I want to see where it puts right there. That's a great place for it. There, beautiful. Let's go ahead and put a bunch of shorts on right there. So I realize that it's actually showing, it's showing a break to the upside, but it's early in the candle and it'll have a little bit of pressure on it coming into the close of the candle. So let's see if it follows through. We'll pause there. This is a scalp trade, so we're not building positions around this, but this is a scalp trade. So now let's see if those sellers come in and push that thing down. A lot of pressure on that from the sellers. 4, 3, 2, 1. And no love from the sellers there. So now it's going to run. And we're going to pull these targets up to the lows of that. We want to put them up above the lows of that consolidation.
Mhm.
This is where we can get into some trouble. We're going to actually build a second short position right up into those highs, as long as it doesn't build too much momentum. So a little early. Those right on the highs should give us a really good short entry. Then if it breaks, then we're going to have to, that's kind of the point of no return for this trade. Oh, right there. Go ahead and add a bunch of shorts. Build up to 1.5. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then I'm going to do some adjustments on those. It's holding too strong in the upper ranges, so we're going to have to go do some fixing right here. So to fix this, what we're going to do is see where we can get a pullback. So we've got a pretty strong resistance stack here, right up in there. So we're gonna sell through this entire range and see if we can get a little bit of a pullback right up in those highs. If not there, it'll come in here. And so all we're looking for right now is just a pullback to kind of fix our position. We're on the wrong side of this market, but bias is still in our direction. So we're going to use that bias to our advantage. So let that run for a second. It should run up to that red line on the 5
The 257.
Yeah. Mhm. That's on the 1 minute chart. That's a continuation pattern right there that we're seeing. So we should see a break to the upside. We could hedge this and put a couple of longs. Go ahead and throw a long on there and let's see where it puts our target. I think it might be above that red line on the 5 minute chart. Yeah, see how it puts that target above the red line on the 5 minute chart.
Yeah.
So not a good hedge point. What questions do you have, Fernando, while we're waiting?
Yeah. So why did you pick these two red levels on the 5 minute? What? Because I would have picked one right where we are now. There's whoa. Should I add some cells here?
Add a bunch of cells, build up to about 3. On the highs.
Oops, one more.
Okay, so the question is why the red, why that?
Yeah. Why the 257?
So if we come back over here. Oops. So all of these lows right in here, low, 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 and then
Okay.
more
Okay.
low. So I'm just picking off those lows is all.
Okay.
So on the way back up, it'll tend to hit that resistance, which it did right here, right? Hit it almost on the nose, right?
Yeah.
So on the way back up, it should hit those bottoms and then get pushed back down.
And then retreat a little bit.
Mhm. So we did good. We picked off a little bit of the targets.
Yes.
So that was good. We need a turn in the market now to hit that next stack. So let's see if we can get that turn. And I'm going to adjust these just a little bit up.
Should we bring that the target for the buy also down?
This one?
No, the one for the long.
Oh, yeah, we missed out on that. We're just going to let that one ride.
Okay.
until
Yes.
until we see what happens here. So hopefully we can get come back down and test these lows. Right, like that.
Coming.
Fernando, man. Doing
Coming.
great.
You're so green now. It looks like you're
That video.
you're green bucks.
It's the Matrix. We're just getting into the. I'm so glad you got the max head run.
Yeah. I was a fan. Yeah.
I was too. So we just kind of missed out on that. Just barely. Let's take that one now. Take these couple of these off. So we're just going to lighten up that position just a little bit right in here, because we're going to put that position back on. So this is the first leg. So if this breaks or if this market turns into a trending market, we should expect to see a pullback and then another leg higher. So if that's the case, and we don't know that right yet, right? We don't know if it's going to turn into a trending market or if it's going to reverse and move all the way back down, down into here.
Yeah.
We just don't know that. And so we're going to kind of wait. That's why we're leaving these on, but it's a good place to lighten up the position, because if it does run back up, we can always put those trades back on. So it's just a head, like in a sense, we're just trying to reduce our exposure while keeping a little bit on the plate in case it makes a run. So this is we're starting to feel it kind of add a little bit of a marching effect to it. So watch how this is forming. Holds, if it holds here, it's a slow hold. So it pushes higher, holds. Momentum is actually in the shorts favor. Oh, add those shorts back on right here. Add them. Add 2. And then we'll just start to add on the highs, add more. So 2 on the highs. As it hits a new high, add a short. So wait for it to drop back down. On the highs of this candle, add a short. So right here, add a short. Good. On the highs, wait for the highs. Add a short. Okay, so hold off on shorts now. So now this marching, so a couple minutes ago, I said it's kind of giving a marching effect to it.
Yes.
And then it got that momentum play. I was like, short that, because that's not going to last. And it didn't, but now we're kind of following it up. So now we're waiting for a breakout, just like that. So now add the shorts. Good. Wait for the highs. Wait for it to hit the highs of this candle. So wait for this candle to hit the highs and then add the shorts. We're trying to get our target stack above these bodies right in here.
This is exactly the point where it reversed last time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it may make a run for it. We expect 2 to 3 candles at this point. 2 to 3 more candles will follow through. And if we get it, we'll add heavy to the short position. This, then we may be ready for that turn back down to the lows. Should make it's holding in the upper ranges, so that means this candle or the next candle should make a new high. 30 seconds left on this candle. Add a short right here. And beautiful. Keep adding, keep adding, keep adding, keep adding. Go, 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 go. Go, go. Keep more. Slowly add, 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 add. Add as fast as you can right here. Up to 6. Four more. Okay, and then let's pause there. Okay, so now we're right in the highs on that 5-minute chart, right on the highs. We expect to see some, we got 36 seconds left on that candle. So we expect to see a little bit of selling pressure coming in.
Mhm.
And so what we want is we want a good stack of trades right in here. So all it has to do is, all we want it to do is kind of come back 50% of that candle, and we can make some good money on that.
And we can also peel off some of this lower ones here too.
Yeah. So this is it's kind of a unique opportunity to do some adjustment trades and to rebalance and reposition ourselves just a little bit. But we do need that pullback. So look on that 5-minute chart, look what it did. It created the tail on that 5-minute chart. So that's
Right.
great. Those bulls have got something special, so they're not going to let that thing fall back down.
Not that easy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we need to look real quick and see what's above us. Well, it's not much above us, is there? We better hold this position. It's not looking very good above us.
Looks like every day to me.
Come on. Oh, those dirty, rotten.
Scoundrels.
We definitely want that pullback right here. If we don't get it. So like you think about it, those buyers, all of the buyers right now, they're seeing the same thing we're looking at, and they're seeing all that space of like unresistant buying.
Above. Yeah.
So they're not going to want to let that market drop right now. If they can artificially hold it up, they're going to hold it up. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. They're not.
This is going to be a little bit of a battle right here, and we may lose on this one. This may be our we're positioned well for that pullback. Everything's positioned well. We just don't know if it's going to happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And it normally pulls back about 50% of this whole move, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
not the. I mean, we could get.
No, this move here, this up to here, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like right in there is like the beauty spot right there. But we may not be on the right side of this one.
So in the boot camp, do you only trade euro dollar?
No, we'll trade like we have all the instructors there, so they're trading everything. But I'll trade the euro and the JPY. So we'll do both. All right, here's our chance. Oh, rejected.
Oh. Buyers are in control.
They are definitely in control. We can feel it, right?
Yeah.
Pull these up underneath the low of that candle. There is a chance, there is a small chance that if we do get a leg down, that we could test that entire range and find support. So the buyers will maintain control as long as that market holds above that white line.
Mhm.
So they could even let that thing drop just a little bit. Come on, drop just a little bit more. This is really good. This is
Yes,
Fernando.
yes.
I'm gonna close a couple of those lost trades out just to give us a little bit of wiggle room on this trade. And then we'll pull these up like right into here. No. We're down to 1/3 of our position. So that's good. We've just balanced a lot. We're not making any money, but we're not losing money now. Does that make sense? So
Yes.
this is a really good spot to be in. Just pulling these up. Pull that up. And that up. And down.
I like the magnet
Yeah.
for that.
It's nice, isn't it? Now the question is, so all of these highs and all of that resistance right in the right place over here on that 5-minute chart. Even if we get back up there, do we want to build into another short position, knowing what we're exposed to on the high side?
There's no ceiling.
There's not a lot above us, right?
Yeah.
We have one right in here, so I expect maybe to see a little trickery. So if it does come up, I think we're going to play this through. We'll put some cells on right up here, and then we'll put some more cells on up there, just depending on how price goes when it gets up that direction.
Right.
Let's see if we can nail these. We're doing good.
Yay.
And I'm just going to see what a long position does for us. Ooh, longs look good. Go ahead and add 5 longs. Really like the long position right now. It's hitting such a resistance on the short side. Like it's not moving as fast as it did on the upside right now.
Right.
Add some more longs. Add some longs. Keep adding. ignore my chickshanery. All right, add a couple more. Add. And then let's see if we get that pop higher. So we'll stop adding now. Now what we're looking for is just a test of the highs. So that pullback was deeper than it should have been. So now we either get a pop back up to the highs, or in which case we'll want to replace these longs with shorts.
With shorts, yes.
As it comes up, we want to replace the longs with shorts.
It's hard to work, huh?
This is not, yeah, it's been a little bit, it's been good. We haven't had anything to really stress over, but this pullback is the trick right here. This is knowing where to build right now is it's a tricky spot.
Yeah.
So the turn to go up higher, this is what made it difficult, is the turn to move higher is clear up there. So when this candle formed, it kind of changed a lot about how the trade set up. So that's going to be it's a real challenge, because it's quite a distance for the longs to cover after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles of down. To fight all that downward momentum, those longs are going to have to do it. They're going to have to pull off a pretty good feat. They can do it. They've got the short-term momentum in their favor, or the intermediate.
It's gonna take a couple bars to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe a couple tries. So not a real strong candle there. There's the turning point. This is where resistance comes in. Hey, nice. Get ready to replace those with some shorts. It's good. 10 seconds left. Replace some shorts. Put some shorts on right here. Good. Excellent spot. And then as it hits those targets, so on the highs, build those shorts back in. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Shorts. Good. More shorts. Add a bunch right here, bunch of shorts. And let's peel off some of those longs. So close out some of those longs. So hold on, let me show you a real quick trick. Come over here. There you go. Oh, you got it. There you go. Never mind. Add a couple more shorts. 2. those targets are coming in too low, so hold off on that. Close out a couple of the buys. Good. Are we missing one? Gotta be missing one somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
So if you click this over here, hold on. Nope, not there. Here. So you can sort them by longs, by
Right,
buys, or
okay.
looks good.
I'll let this one run because it's almost there.
Yeah, go ahead and add a couple of shorts on. Oh, we don't want momentum building there. It tried to make a little bit of momentum run.
Maybe not. Oh, yeah.
Sell a couple more shorts. There we go. Okay, pause for a second. We are well positioned right now. Now, the one
For a
thing
pullback.
for a pullback. The one thing we don't want to have happen is momentum to build to the upside. So that's the big risk that we face in our trade. But we are in a very good spot for that pullback.
That's an indecision. Huh?
Yeah, it's not sure which direction it wants to go, and it's holding right in those levels. So you know that there's a little bit of question marks on both sides,
Yeah.
right? Just want to see where targets put us. Might build up to like put a little bit extra trade on this trade right now.
Have you been to Cincinnati?
Yeah, I love Cincinnati. It's a great place.
Yeah.
Rode our bikes through there in 2016.
Oh.
We rode our bikes from coast to coast, and yeah, it's
Okay.
nice.
Yeah. As long as you don't tell bad things about the Bengals, you're fine here. Because the tendency is to tell everything bad about them. Yeah.
Traders don't know how to like root for the home team. We're always switching sides.
Yeah.
So just like we have in this session, we've gone from long to short to long to short.
Yeah. Yes.
Man, I don't want that thing to break right here. So watch how price forms. So you see how it's like it pushes and then it holds and then pushes and then holds, like it's holding right now. That's giving those momentum or confidence to the buyers right now. That's not what we want to give those buyers. We don't want to give them confidence. So now everybody sees that, and now the buyers have got a reason to climb on board. So now they're holding it. Now you're going to get an influx of buyers and push that to a new high. And that's how we get those marching markets. So see how it's holding, and then it comes back, and then someone jumps right on it.
It's like recoiling a spring, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So. Let's hold. We're going to hold off on this, and we're going to try and build one more big long or big short position right up on that high, right on that 5-minute chart.
Mhm.
So this is a place where it could break and build momentum. And that persistent push into the highs will give it everything it needs. So right there, we're going to build our shorts. So go ahead and build shorts, short. Keep going. Too early for that 5-minute chart to really feel confident. So add. Keep adding. Keep going. Add some more.
We're kind of getting close to that stop loss up there, right?
So what I'm looking for is that 5-minute chart to build a tail on that. And so on the highs of these candles, that's where we want to add, because we're hoping to get a pullback. Let me do some adjustments on the targets. This has got to come up. Boy, we put a lot of trades right on there. Bias should kick in. If not,
we're in great position, right?
yeah. So bias is obviously bias is to the downside. So we're looking for that bias to kick in. If it doesn't kick in, momentum is what will kill us in this trade. So that's the only thing that will kill us. I mean, even though the market is up, even though we're on our highs, the thing that'll kill us is momentum picking up, and that's what we're hoping doesn't happen here. Everything is still in good shape.
I like that wick.
That is good. Wicks remove momentum.
Yes.
So we like wicks. That wick came, or that body came back. That's not good.
No.
We got 1minute and 43 seconds left on that 5-minute candle, and 37 seconds left on the 1-minute candle. So we better see some sellers come in. And not more buying. Not that. No, that's the momentum I was afraid of. Hold on, we're gonna get a little aggressive here. I'm gonna check out that. Yeah, one last little ditch hold hold out. But we're gonna need to do some fixing on this trade position. Not a great place to look for a pullback, but we're gonna look for a pullback. 30 seconds left on that 5-minute chart, but that push on that last candle on the 1 minute was
Yeah, it was bad. Man.
that was bad. Yeah. Yeah, we'll look for rumors on the dot plot for sure, Doug. Now, we're so wrong on these trades, so we got to bring those back up. We're gonna have to
Start all over.
yeah. Pulls up. And we definitely got a break on that 5-minute chart. So that candle, that bullish candle on the 5-minute chart was a true break, which is not good for us. There's a chance we can get a pullback. If that selling bias comes in, we could see a pullback all the way to that white line right there. But that would be very
Too good to be true.
yeah, it might be very good for us. Too good for us. Not expecting it. So we're definitely in fix it mode right now, trying to figure out if we try and get a little bit of volatility, a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of something to get us to let us balance things out a little bit. But we're gonna have to pull all this stuff up.
So how do you read this bar? It's still no direction, right?
Yeah, so so the bias, it's fighting the bias from the day, right? So just like up here where we made that big push and then it went nowhere and it kind of slowly pressed on that turn, we're starting to kind of see that similar pattern. That's what we see here.
Yeah.
Pressing on the turning point. If we can press on that turning point, then we can hopefully make that leg lower. If we get that leg lower, we can fix a lot of this trade. I'm just kind of hoping that we don't get that momentum to come in before it presses and pushes that leg lower. So we're actually in a precarious spot. But we're not dead yet. And momentum picks up, we could be dead. But this is a place where we could expect or hope to see that bias for the day kind of kicking in, and that's our saving, our salvation, could be our salvation for this trade. It's the bias. It's the only thing holding us up.
Nothing wrong with a little greed, right?
There we go. That's good. Now build momentum. Come on, momentum. 10 seconds left. Don't want to tail here. We don't want to tail. We want it to close on the lows. 1 second. That was good. Not out of the woods yet. Two to three candles of follow through to the downside would be
Yeah.
ideal. But we're on the wrong side of this market, so don't expect too much out of it. So we're on that 5-minute chart. This is our breaking point right here.
Yeah.
And so same analysis. If we can get a pullback, to test the break, then we're in good shape. If not, then we'll have to fight with this a little bit.
And we'll keep fighting selling, or are you gonna decide or agree that it's gonna go up and start buying?
The thing that makes me nervous is that we're hitting the top of this right in here. So
Yeah.
This was kind of our last hope right there. We do have a little bit right here and then a little bit up here, but all of that's going to be a little. Let me just zoom in real quick, see if I can. Yeah, there's some resistance along the way. There's still hope. We're good. But preferably I'd much rather see a turn and a leg lower here.
Oh yeah.
Much rather.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna see if we can get those targets. No, good place for a trade. Don't love the fact that we have to get the turn in order to hit the targets. And we don't have enough move. There's not enough inside this consolidation.
Yeah, it's not pips, right?
Not big enough to make any money inside the consolidation. So we're forced to have a turn. The turn's going to be hard because we're in that momentum area where momentum should pick up to the bull side. So a little bit of a structurally awkward place to trade.
Yeah.
And volatility is kind of waning. So see where that puts us, that target. Squeeze, we could squeeze a trade in here as long as it doesn't hit. As long as it doesn't break out and build momentum, we can squeeze a trade in here. That's the big question. Will it break out? Now a turn. A turn inside the consolidation and a turn outside the consolidation. Both of those will be good for us.
Yeah.
Not that. And we wait. We're sitting on it. The turn inside the consolidation is right here. So we got to break those lows. If we can make that turn, all these targets will get hit, which we can use to then free up some of the losses. But we got to get that turn, and then we got to get the real turn outside of the box. So both that's asking a lot from the market, especially in an area where we're in that momentum zone for the bulls. So we're really are asking a lot of the market right here. Banker's close won't help, or shouldn't really help, because it's the banker's close. If anything, it really only helps if you're on the outside edge. So if we were down here, it would help to push us this way. But because we're right in the middle of the range for the day, it won't help us much.
Oh, rejected.
That's good, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you can break that. Come on, market. Where are the sellers? Where are the sellers gone? Another run to the highs. This is the third move to the highs. Look, we're picking up, hopefully getting some of those targets.
Yes. Now we need a break. Break the box.
That's right. We got to break the box now. So it's testing the lows of the box. Now we need to break the box. Second test on the box. It's a good place for it to happen if it's going to happen. expect this kind of trading for the next couple of days. So we don't expect a lot of volatility today or tomorrow.
Because of FOMC.
Yeah, because of that Fed meeting. Okay, here's the test. 50 seconds, too early, right?
Yeah.
Too early for it to break. That's why we're seeing the tail.
Now it's a good time to break.
Yeah, now we're in that zone. You got it. And now the buyers are coming in. Not going to happen this time. I'm going to drag that line. Hold on. Drag that out. Still too early to put those cells in.
Yeah, because the box is not too bit wide. Right?
Yeah, it's barely 2 pips. There we go. Now we're in a good spot. Nope. Missed it. That 5-minute chart's showing a very strong pattern to the bull side.
Yeah, like a wedge, right?
Yeah, an ascending wedge. So I'm going to hold off on selling. Because this is most likely where it's going to break to the high side. If it's going to break. This is the 3rd test on the highs. Anxiety get you, get to you.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, it's something we've got to learn how to have the patience when the market's just going sideways. It drives me crazy, but this is where we can easily make a lot of mistakes, where I find that when I'm in this spot right here, that I'm my own worst enemy. I build up too big. I, get caught, thinking it's going to go one way and then it goes the other way. It's just all kinds of nasty things happen in these pent up sideways consolidations like this.
Yeah. It looked like it was gonna be a down day, but it's
Well, yeah. Yep, all the way up until about this point right here.
which is exactly when we started the session.
Yep. Okay, now if we get the turn now, that's a really good sign for us. So that we're rooting for that turn right here, because if we can get that turn, that's our third test of the highs, and it opens up the door for the sellers to take over. But we got to break that little white line. Then we got to break the consolidation. Come on, Nick.
Not bad.
Root for that. We want that.
9 seconds.
Oh, come on, buyers. Yeah,
Fourth attempt.
yeah, they tried, but no, didn't work. No go. So now we're still in that stage where that thing could break to the high side, and
Yeah,
really good solid bullish pattern right in here.
yeah, the bull flag is right there.
So we may get that happening right in here. I'm throwing a few shorts on, just because if we can get that pop to the downside right in here, I want to catch this trade, but I also want to catch any kind of wick if that forms.
Got it.
Right on that tail. Good. Okay, now this is our moment right here, Fernando. This
Yes.
is where we make it or break it. If it's rejected here, those buyers have a chance to really slam it. Push lower. Let's see. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Good. I'm gonna peel off. Make sure that we take off some of those lost side of the trade. $20 left. This is where we can see through. Good. Good. Come on, keep going. The majority of our trades are all down there, so we need.
Yeah, yeah, the big money is down here.
Yeah, we're just break even right now. But if we can get down to that next line, then I'll tell you what, we got money on that next line. Doubt we're going to do that, so I got to lighten up as much as I can right in here, because we don't want to be sitting on a big trade going all the way back up into those highs. Which is what we're seeing. Good. Keep going.
Like that way.
Yeah, that's a good wick. The old support's now acting as a resistance. You see that? Old
Uh-huh.
support is now acting as a resistance, which is really good for us. We're peeled off of most of our position that we had in early stages down here. We're peeled off of most of that. And then hopefully if we can break down, get 2 to 3 candles of follow through on the bear side,
Yes, there. Come on.
and we can hit our profit target. That's what I'm hoping for. Come on, this is our money right here. We need this. Right here. Good. A little bit more. Regardless, now we're in a very manageable position. So even if we need one more leg out of this market,
Yeah, we have dry powder.
yeah, we have plenty to work with. So unfortunately, we're right where we started the session this morning. So we're not up very much, but we're in a just needs some volatility, Fernando.
Come on. So the white box is doesn't work anymore, right? So it's no meeting anymore, right?
Yeah, the bottom of the white box will have meaning, and the top of the white box will have meaning. So,
Oh, still, okay.
so even if this gets an up leg, then for sure we're going to see some stopping right there.
So what's on our mind? Going up or down? You know, for the next round.
So down right now to the tops of these candles over here.
Uh-huh.
That's why I'm not closing those up and I'm peeling them back just a little bit. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I'm taking these highs and pulling them down just to make a few extra pennies on that trade, because I'm expecting it to kind of drop down into these highs. Just like it's doing right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it just didn't go quite enough.
Just the spread.
And now I'm going to gear up for a long. I'm going to gear up for some longs right in here. Sorry, I'm going to try and capture a little bit of that. I threw a ton of trades on right there. So I want all these trades underneath that white line.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of going for a little bit of a, I mean, this is as high as risk as we've done today.
We've been to 13 lots already.
Yeah, so I'm trying to just make you a little money, Fernando. This is a good place for it to.
You're pinning the cells now, right?
Uh-huh. Okay, so we're left with the buys now. What I'm trying to do is get us like, now I'm gonna use that Magneto profit. Position them all in a super high probability point. Now, the turn, we need that turn. The turn up. Not the break.
Isn't it a good point to start buying?
Yeah, this is where we want to buy.
Yeah.
So the only challenge that I have with this long right in here is that we tried to break higher 1, 2, 3 times. And so we should see it. We should see the down leg, which is what we've got. But now, can we get back up to test those highs one last time? That's what we're looking for.
All right.
Come on. It's all in really good spot. If we get that turn, it's just we're not getting any kind of movement. That's the problem.
Yeah, where are the buyers now?
It's more that we're not getting movement. Like if we could get buyers, that'd be great. If we could get sellers, that'd be great. But we're
Yeah,
not getting
exactly.
any. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They went home for an early lunch. Yeah, that's right.
Come on, get up there.
All right. We got the major obstacle that will be a very difficult for it to get through. Will be difficult for it to get through unless we get some volatility. We need some volatility to break through that.
What time of the day you find it best to trade a euro dollar?
Early in the morning, usually. For me, that's when I like to trade anyway. So about now, you're starting to get the end of the volatility. So about 9, 10 o'clock my time. So are you central?
East.
East? Oh, you're east. Yeah, so about 11, 12 o'clock your time. Volatility tends to shake out of it. Man, I needed that volatility. We're not getting it. In the right direction anyway. Whoa. Oh, what time is early morning? About 5:30, 6 o'clock local time. So mountain time. So that would be what, 7 a.m. Eastern, 7 to 7:30 is when it starts to pick up a little bit. Fernando, we just can't do anything if we don't get volatility, if we don't
Yeah.
get movement. We're just stuck. Just seeing if there's volatility in other pairs, but there's not.
No, in the end, there was not much. This was not much different.
Two minutes on that 5-minute chart. Got a tail, so to form a tail on that 5-minute chart. 24 seconds left on our current candle. That's promising.
Yeah,
So
fast.
I love that. Actually, the volatility is good. That little speed, that up and down. Minute 24. Come on. We're in the last second or last minute on that 5-minute candle. And so what we're really needing for this trade to work out ultimately is a turn. And so that turn, any turn on that 5-minute chart should nail all those trades. So we're going to need this current candle to really pop up into these highs. That's what, in order for this trade to work out.
Yeah.
So we're okay. I mean, it's just really slow. Just the patterns are forming in slow motion. And it's not a big ask. We're not asking for a lot of money. Ah, shoot, that candle closed and it was, the second candle is now down. So that's not good. Fernando.
And it will gap down a little bit.
Eventually we hit our mark, man, but this is like, it's patience today.
Yeah. That's the lesson for the day.
That is definitely the lesson for the day. Now we have to be careful of momentum building to the downside. Everything was good up until this point, but now, just like we were afraid of momentum building to the upside, we're now afraid of momentum building to the downside. So that's one thing we're going to try and avoid. At all cost.
Are you having boot camp this week?
What's that?
Are you having a boot camp this week as well?
No, not till October. October's our next one. This has not been, the last half an hour has been a nightmare. Occasionally we look at the hour chart, not very often. Usually you get enough volatility that you don't need to look at the hour chart. So normally you don't need to do much with that, but man, it's just like, I mean, that's the bias that we're seeing on the hour chart. That bias is pushing that wick, the tail. I'm actually more nervous about this trade than I was about this one up here.
Because the daily, right? The daily trend is down. Yeah.
Well, we don't have the bias supporting us. Like on the short side of the market, we had the bias helping us out.
Yeah.
Like it was there to save the day. But because we're long here, all we have is short-term structure, like on the 5-minute chart. That's all we have supporting us on this trade. And so if anything, I feel like I'm on the wrong side of the market right now. Well, I am on the wrong side of the market.
Oh, welcome to my world.
Is that the way it is? I was thinking we'd get some volatility and at least a push back up. That's why I threw all those trades on. I didn't expect that slow, just pressing, grinding market.
Yeah.
But that's what we got. That's what we have to work with. So this should be the new candle on the hour, right?
Yeah.
50 seconds.
Yeah.
on that. Just not enough volatility. Come on. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. We're just like death by 1,000 cuts right now. Just really little moves to make any kind of reciprocal actions, you know.
Yeah.
There's not enough volatility to take advantage of any kind of an up or down move. So we're just stuck. Possible to get a turn here. That would be good.
Yeah. Just
Very
need a
much
pop. Oh, yeah.
That's what we needed right there. That was good. Come on, follow through now. Don't give us a wick on the top.
So now you're reducing exposure.
Yep. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Keep going. I know this is a big ask. I don't know.
I was just waiting for the hour to return.
It's come on. Structurally, it would be better for it to make a little pullback or wait for a second and then make the run. But man, I don't want to wait through another cycle. Yeah, that's not what we wanted there, Fernando.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Okay, so what it's doing is actually good for us, but it also exposes us to another cycle, a down cycle in the market. So having it come up was it was an abnormal move, but having it come up and then holding in these upper ranges like this is good. So
Good.
that's actually
Okay.
good for us because it'll give us a chance to really break that high. However, it does expose us to another leg to the downside. So we're at risk, lots of tails on the top. So that's not good. And really what we need is we need it to break through the highs up here. So
Yeah.
I'm going to put a line where the breaking point is. If we can break through that point, then we actually are in pretty good shape. But getting through that is going to be a trick. That's the trick, especially given his lack of volatility as we've had this morning. Or at least in the last 40. We started out really good. Volatility was great. So
No bar. Come on.
come on. This is your bar to break. Give us a bullish pattern here. So everybody can run their way.
That's a nice bow flag. Come on.
Again, structurally, this is good for us, but I'd much rather it just pop up.
Yeah.
This is our moment right here. It's got to break, otherwise we're in another cycle. So we're root for it. Should we throw Todd's arrow on there?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Put that upward arrow.
Got to throw that on there. If I could get it. Yeah, we need that. Not that puny little thing. We need
No,
it.
no. Make it huge.
Am I froze? There we go. Make it green. There we go. Come on now. Give it some direction there. Didn't work last Friday.
Break it.
Come on, just a little momentum. Momentum, come on. Something in our favor. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Keep going. We're just peeling off right here. We're now down
6 slots.
Come on. Push a little through. Follow through, follow through. Good. Picked up some more there. That's okay. Oh man, are you serious? No. I think I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna weep like a baby.
Put Chuck's arrow a little bit to the right.
This market is just like pressing and just not reaching there, not ever reaching it. We needed that little extra push because we're like right on the hinge of our target for the day. And we needed that one little bit more, that breakup. and it would have been fantastic.
Yeah, like half of it.
Half a pip was all. Is there crying in Forex? There's no crying in Forex. There's no crying in Forex.
Isn't this a good point to start selling? It kind of retraced.
Yeah, so this was our turning, like to have an up leg on that 5-minute chart is what we're geared up for. We're geared up for that.
Okay.
And that's the turning point for that to happen on that 5-minute chart. So one wick, and then this is the tell, the TELL candle.
Okay.
So too early to change positions yet, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But we may change positions here shortly. That's definitely an idea. So 4 minutes on this candle. So we got to wait 5 minutes for this,
Yeah.
unless it just truly gives us an outside range on that 5-minute chart. So normally in a normal volatility session,
Mhm.
this is okay. None of this is bad, right? For our setup. What's
Right.
been challenging is how slow it's moved. It's just, in a normal, this move would have taken 5, 6, 7, 8 candles to make. In a normal move, it's taken 20 minutes.
Yeah.
In this case, so that's been the challenge. So is that we've trained ourselves to get the normal volatility, and when it goes slow like this, we tend to make all kinds of mistakes. Hey,
Whoa!
dude,
226 was right there, right?
that was nuts. All right, so all right, we're at 51,226. We should be at about 51,234, but I'm not going to push it on this session.
Okay.
So we're going to call it a win. We're going to give ourselves a W on this one, just because we don't want to mess around with the slow grinding market that we had. But so we're going to call it a win.
Yes, I agree.
So, and I'll continue to trade for half an hour and get that last extra bit. So
Thank you very much, Sean.
that was just slow. That was the big issue on that trading session. Is it started out great, nice up and down movement, nice cycles, and then it just lost all volatility, just lost it. And so we've grinded away for the last 45 minutes with no movements, no volatility whatsoever.
Yeah.
But let me while I'm writing out your check, Fernando, why don't you is there something you can share with the group, something you learned from the session?
Yes, I think looking at the 5-minute chart more and waiting for the 5-minute bar to close gives us better insights on the direction. And it's I do not look at it that much, and I should be looking more because it's stronger. It drives more continuity.
That's good. Yeah. So we had to rely more heavily on the 5-minute chart this session
Exactly.
than normal. And the reason why is because we had to constantly give ourselves feedback from where things should be happening. Because in our minds, what's happening is we're seeing how slow this thing's moving, and we're like second guessing ourselves.
Yeah.
But that 5-minute chart gave us that reassurance to know that nothing has changed on the trade and that we're still set up right in the
Yes.
long, right?
Yes.
Even though it took 3 times as long for those patterns to develop. That's a really good observation.
Yeah.
And just that lesson, that takeaway alone will it'll change your trading, because you now know how to use the 5-minute chart. This session was really good for that.
Yeah.
That was a really good observation. Excellent. Well, I learned that I learned my patience rule a lot. I learned so much in trading. It's all about patience, but today was definitely that way.
Was this the longest you ever had session, or you had a long? No?
I've had a session. I think the longest was like a 20. We started in the morning like this, and I think we closed at like 6 o'clock, and I just kept going just because.
Oh, okay.
It was a similar setup day like today, only it had come down and it just went sideways literally all day long. It was just brutal. And I kept building in, taking off, building in, taking off, but I could never get ahead of the curve because it never gave me enough movement to make that money until the evening session. Once the evening hit, everything hit the way I thought it should, and we were good.
All right.
That change in momentum, that change in speed, that's a big deal. Something we really have to learn how to deal with in trading. But you don't. Well, there's your profit for the day, 1,234. I'm going to trade for a little bit more and make that little extra so that we actually hit our target. I don't know.
All right. Thank you very much, Sean.
I'm going to trade for a little bit more and hit that extra target. But in the meantime, that's coming your way, Fernando.
Thank you. And thanks for having me. It was quite an awesome surprise for everybody here that's listening. When you have the call, pick it up.
Yeah, when you hear that, when you get the call from an 801 area code, hit it
Exactly.
up.
Yeah.
805 area code. Oh, maybe that's the problem. I've been saying 801 forever. 805 area code.
Yeah, 805. Exactly. It was next. Right.
Call me next. So Joseph says, call me next. All right. And I'll drop that in the mail. Cincinnati should get that in a couple of days.
Thank you very much.
Traders, it is so great to be with you. And again, I think if you learned anything from this lesson, what Fernando explained is like gold, because it's that 5-minute chart that we looked at it so much in this session. I think that was a big takeaway. Fernando, great observation and great trading with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, have a good one.
There was a question real quick. TOTS support is free for everybody. That's why it's there for everybody. And it deals with the emotions and the knowledge part. So thanks, everyone. We'll see you.
Bye.